they could also have been a werewolf. But
no son werewolves.
You know.
No.
Because some people also say that werewolves are an offshoot of
Pero
vampires.
los werewolves no chupan sangre nada más.
No, exacto, chupa el...
Yeah, werewolves just tear you up.
Exacto.
Yeah.
It's weird that it did very little damage to this creature.
Yeah.
Like, it killed it, but, you know...
Y ahora que ya tocaron el tema de los lobos, pronto... pronto vamos a hablar de los lobos y del hombre lobo argentino. El nombre no me acuerdo, pero me lo mencionaron. Pero eso es para el próximo episodio.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, Oh, did you guys know that
¿Qué era la historia? ¿Esa es la historia que ibas a decir?
The chupacabra?
No, la otra.
Dile.
I'll go
Esa
back to
todavía...
that later.
Ya.
We need to
Tranquila,
finish
güey,
this.
Todavía está
tranquila.
hablando de chupacabra.
Yeah, we need to
Oh.
finish the thought process. You know, you can't just be jumping from topic to topic. This is not the ADHD show.
Ya, por Dios. De que volar el nombre.
Ah, qué raro.
That's a condition,
Dale.
you know?
Sigue.
I didn't say anything
Dale.
weird.
No, tú no. Ella.
No, las dos.
Bueno, que se joda.
So, yeah, the name was attributed to a comedian who has the most Hispanic name ever, and I don't want to mispronounce it.
Déjame ver.
That's the most Hispanic.
Tengan en mente que ella es hispana.
Shut up.
Oh, Silverio Pérez. Ese es puertorriqueño.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
Ese nombre es uno más fácil de decir.
Eso era de una radio
but
de
I don't
Puerto
want
Rico,
anyone
un DJ.
saying shit about my
Gringa, repeat
pronunciation,
with me.
alright?
Silverio
No,
Pérez.
I'm not a fucking monkey.
No.
Okay?
Como ella lo diría, Silverio Pérez.
That's not how I would say it. He coined the label in 1995 while commenting on the attacks as a San Juan radio DJ. The fact that they spelled DJ that way is intriguing to me.
How do they spell it?
It was spelled Deejay. I'm like, you could just put DJ, bro. You don't have to spell it out.
What? That is so weird.
Exactly.
Continue.
But yeah, so the original story of that one was that in 1975, a series of livestock killings in the small town of Mocha, Puerto Rico, were attributed to the vampire of Mocha, basically. That's what they were calling
Le
it.
estaban diciendo el vampiro de Moca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, it was suspected that the killings were committed by a satanic cult, of course.
Toda muerte
It's the
Claro,
70s.
es que eso
satánico.
lo tienes que traducir por si no lo entendieron, mano.
No, pero...
Un culto satánico.
Oh, sí.
So yeah, apparently in the 70s, anything that happened that was not explainable was done by a satanic cult. I don't know where they think these people are getting all that.
No, mi amor, ¿quién sabe?
Pero la
Ok,
cosa es que
uno nunca sabe.
todo en esta vida, el diablo tiene la culpa.
Bueno, crea fama.
Arrepiéntete.
Vete a dormir.
Anyways, later more.
Pero voy a aclarar eso que tú dijiste. Porque así como Dios no tiene la culpa de lo que hacen los idiotas en el nombre de él, el diablo tampoco tiene la culpa de lo que hacen otros idiotas en nombre de él.
Yeah,
Ujú.
pretty much.
Wow.
Ya, continúo. Ya defendió el diablo.
Yeah, for some reason. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farms reported loss of animal life. Each of the animals was reported to have had its blood. Yeah,
Yo quisiera que la gente pudiera ver el dibujito que yo estoy viendo. Pon ese dibujito cuando vayas a ponerle.
¿Cuál? Déjame ver.
This
No,
little
para verlo,
drawing that's not exactly the most threatening thing you've ever seen in your life. This looks like something you would see
Eso
in one of
parece
those,
un monstruo de esos de laguna, no
Exactly.
un fucking chupacabra.
like creatures from the Black Lagoon. It does not look like a vampire creature at all. But yeah, whatever. No wonder people said it was reptilian. It looks like a reptile.
Okay,
Eso
¿quién
fue-
lo vio? ¿Quién lo describió?
People, I guess, the people who were
De hecho, la
reporting.
gente, y más en Puerto Rico, que la gente exagera como el diablo.
Exactly.
Sabrá Dios, no se veía para nada así.
Yeah.
Créeme.
Each of the animals was reported to have had its body blood dry through a series of small circular incisions.
Ese dibujo parecía un sapo.
Cabrón.
They're still clowning the picture.
Májame.
The first reported attack, eventually attributed to the actual chupacabras, occurred in March 1995. So, like, the original attacks happened in 1975. and then years passed, and people were saying all this stuff, but it died down mostly. It didn't actually get that popular until 1975, until 1995, that is.
No entendí.
Ve, como para el mismo tiempo que aquel alcalde loco de Canóvana
pasó?
se tiró para la... ¿Ah?
No entendí lo que
Que
tú-
se había, los rumores del chupacabra se habían tranquilizado en los 80 y después volvieron a renacer, cogió fuerza otra vez en los 95.
Yeah.
Cuando el alcalde se volvió loco.
Yeah.
Y otros ataques hubo.
Yeah.
Sí, yo me acuerdo de eso. Hubo
8
otros
sheep
ataques
were
en Puerto
discovered
Rico.
dead, each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and reportedly completely drained of blood.
Sí, yo me acuerdo de eso.
Ya. Caricha, era un vampiro.
Okay.
Le
A
dejaba
few
hasta los
months later,
punctures.
in August, an eyewitness named Madeline, that's such an English name.
Madeline.
Es Madeline.
Oh, okay. That would
Madeline.
explain the why. I was like, what? That's the random.
The why?
Yeah, they put a Y
Así se llama una novia
instead of an I.
de alguien que yo conozco por ahí.
Tolentino, I'm assuming. Reported seeing the
Sorry.
creature in the Puerto Rican town of... I really don't want to mispronounce this, man. Why are they doing this?
Dame.
La,
Like-
la gringa hispana.
I swear. Why do you make me read it?
Ya.
¿Dónde fue? ¿Dónde te quedaste?
Up at the top.
Cuando
Canóvana.
Mm.
No,
Canóvana.
el sitio que yo estaba diciendo que el alcalde
Mira,
se volvió loco a...
Cuando sea research con palabras en español no se lo pueden
Yes,
dar a
please.
esta.
Where as many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed. Is
Ajá.
it now? My wonder is they all attribute to the same creature, and maybe the same creature didn't kill all of them, and
No,
people were
O
just like,
eran-
"Oh, that's the local
mi
boogeyman."
amor,
So
pero
my
fue de
animal's
la
gone
misma
missing.
manera. Fue de la misma manera.
O había más.
Yeah.
Te estoy diciendo que era más de uno.
So yeah. Shortly after the first reported incidents in PR, other animal deaths were reported in other countries like Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil,
Vaya.
Chile, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, which makes more sense since it's right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico. The weird thing is they left Mexico towards the bottom of the list when that's the one that made the whole thing famous. You know what I mean? Nicaragua, Panama, Peru, the
El
United
mexicano
States.
siempre está lo último.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of where it came from, the chupacabra, that is.
Pero viste que decían que era un vampiro y porque hace sentido, chupa sangre, dejaba los hoyitos.
Yeah, it's just like a vegan vampire, like the Cullens from
Ok,
Twilight.
ahora entrando entre que uno cree. Yo creo que los vampiros sí existen, pero obviamente no se ven como en la movie, no son humanos así que se ven atractivos y like, ay.
I'm assuming the ones that look more human, if they exist, are probably higher up on the food chain.
Ujú.
You know what I mean? Because to be able to keep...
A menos que hayan diferentes
Es que los hay.
razas de vampiros.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what I was
Right.
just saying. I'm assuming the ones that look closer to us are probably either more advanced, you know what I mean, because they're able to keep a human trait, which makes it easier for them to hunt, or they're just one of many species, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And they're not necessarily at the top. I can't imagine what the hell could be more powerful than something that can blend in with its prey, but you know what I mean?
Acuérdate que el gobierno siempre esconde todo. So, nunca sabe.
Mm-hmm.
¿Y qué más historia?
Well, the one that I was talking about before,
¿Encontraron muchas historias así de como que de gente que la hayan pasado?
Yeah.
Sí, un montón. Por eso
Basically.
que
yeah, there's a whole bunch of stories. There's
Esas
also,
historias yo no las sé como de otras cosas.
I'm about to tell you one.
Dime.
So, in February of 2004, several relatives, this happened in Romania, and this is a Romanian name, so no one can come down my throat about this, about Toma Petre, feared that he had become a vampire. They dug up his corpse, tore out his heart, burned it, and mixed the ashes with water in order to drink it. They did not tell the full story here, so I
What?
guess I'm gonna have to.
¿Qué hicieron? ¿Le hicieron beber qué?
No, see, they burned his heart, and they mixed it with ashes for the person who was afflicted with the vampiric curse to drink.
De ver who's.
The
el
body
tipo
of the
el
person
que,
they thought was
el
the
que era
vampire.
vampiro.
Yeah.
So, el vampiro ellos lo quemaron.
Mm-hmm.
Le quemaron el corazón y se lo convirtieron, la
Yeah.
ceniza se la dieron mezclada con agua a alguien que estaba maldito, tenía la maldición encima, que él...
Del
Ya
vampiro.
ella va a explicar más.
See, yeah. See, I'm gonna explain the whole story because for some reason they left it out. So, okay, I wrote it down. Thank God I took notes. In that small Romanian village, right, there was a young woman who was feeling ill, like, on a nightly basis. Like, they never explain what they mean by she wasn't feeling well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just say that she wasn't feeling well.
Lo más seguro estaba depresiva y ellos pensaron
Some
lo
versions of the
contrario.
story
Yeah.
said that she saw weird shit on the walls at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that she sometimes felt weak when she woke up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pero si no estaba comiendo ni nada.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what it was, then
Of
mystery
course.
solved. But, so then, the belief was her uncle, because she had an uncle, like, earlier in the year who had
Yeah.
died, right? And I don't know why on earth they instantly assumed that this guy was the vampire that was bothering her. I guess that's just how it works. When a relative dies and then not long after, the family starts suffering.
Pero era un vampiro. O ellos.
Ellos
They
pensaban que era un
said
vampiro.
it must be one. You know what I mean? And I'll explain why. I'm explaining that right now. The whole story, usually the general story is that like someone in a family dies, right? And then all the members of the same family start experiencing some kind of illness. You know what I mean? Or they start being attacked, or they even start dying as well. You know what I mean? And then they attribute that to that person being a vampire. Like having come back as one. And they come out every night and attack their family members. You know what I mean?
Esa de la historia que tú estabas hablando al principio.
Yeah. And so that's exactly what happened in this case. That's what they thought happened. Anyway, this lady started to experience weird shit not long after her uncle died. So they thought he must be a vampire. So they went to go take him out of his grave to check, right? Which, by the way, really bold. I'm not pulling something that I think is a vampire out of a grave. Fuck
Más
that.
seguro lo hicieron de día.
Yeah, they probably did because they seem to think that they can only come out at night, and I'm not sure where that idea came from either. You know what I
Y
mean?
después van y se meten en la tumba otra vez.
Yeah, like the vampires
Pero-
go out at night, they attack whoever they're gonna
Y
attack.
después se entierran solitos.
Yep, and they go back to their grave.
Pero tienes que ponerte a pensar, ahora voy a explicar el por qué ellos piensan que es de noche, que solamente pueden salir.
Okay.
¿Quién lo va a ver de noche atacando a alguien? Si todo el mundo está durmiendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this was the like old age where no one's awake at night.
Yeah, pero yo
Pero,
sé.
pero ellos, so tú piensas que sí pueden coger sol.
Probably. I don't see why they would have an issue with the sun.
Maybe, pero yo te voy a decir una cosa. Si una
Porque son
persona,
criaturas de la noche.
yeah, si es una
Nocturnal
persona,
creatures are not like killed by the sun. They just do better hunting at night.
pero yo te voy a decir una
Yeah.
cosa, supone si es un vampiro, tú conviertes en vampiro
Ajá.
y sabes, porque has oído historias de que los vampiros los cazan, todo el mundo en el pueblo sabe quién diablo tú eres, tú te vas a quedar en ese pueblo para cazar o te vas a ir a otro pueblo ahora que hay tantos métodos de transportación y cosas así.
Pero ellos no vuelan.
No creo.
It depends on the story.
Exacto, hay diferentes historias. Yo en lo personal, si era un humano y después se convierte en vampiro, no creo. No creo.
Que le
Yeah.
salen alas.
No.
But yeah, so they dug this guy out and they actually found him with blood on his mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like a bloated stomach. So that's when they cut him open, staked him, took out his heart, burned it, blah blah blah, all the crazy shit that people do, right?
Lo más brutal es que la gente
And they made
piensa
the
que eso
girl
es
drink
normal.
the ashes so that she would no longer have that curse on her. Can you imagine drinking the ashes of your dead uncle? What the hell? And they wonder why they're so traumatized over there. Jesus Christ.
Después dicen que uno es el loco, pero...
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that experience was a lot
Pero
worse
ustedes
than
no
whatever she
saben,
was
maybe
going
eso
through.
sí es verdad. Es lo que yo digo, uno nunca sabe.
They said the attack stopped after,
Exacto.
but I hesitate to think there was an attack in the first place. She could have just been mentally ill. You know what I mean?
Porque creían demasiado en eso y la mente es algo poderoso.
Yeah. It's one of those things, you know? And then, like, they got in trouble for it, too. They went to jail for that. You know that, right? Like, they went to prison. Because Romania is no longer the old crazy country of the past where you could just dig
Que allá
people
había
up and
muchas
do shit
historias
like that.
allá hay muchas historias de vampiros.
Sí.
¿verdad?
Yeah, and Romania is trying to put forth a modern image, so they don't want their crazy ass
Eso
villagers
es
running
que-
around.
Eso es el gobierno de Rumania que quiere estar escondiendo todo. Ya está aprendiendo mucho del gobierno de acá.
Okay.
Basically.
Sí,
But yeah,
a
so-
tapar todo. Mira, los americanos lo resuelven todo mintiendo y tapando todo. We should do
And-
the same shit.
And then of course, this all sounds very convincing, right? For anyone who doesn't have any medical knowledge whatsoever, right?
Mbappé.
For the common person, this sounds like it makes sense. This sounds like it could be believable, right? But a lot of the medical community already have reasons as to
No,
why
me
you would
imagino,
find a body like
Me
that.
imagino.
You know what I mean?
Like, of course. Me sorprendería si no le hubieran encontrado la explicación. Like, hello.
Si no se dan cuenta, se llama sarcasmo.
So,
Bueno, ¿cuál es la explicación? ¿No dijiste?
okay, so
Sí,
I'm
mija.
trying to find the explanation because it's in one of these many packets.
Ah,
¿Sabes a qué me recuerda? A mí cuando estaba cogiendo el examen con un montón de notes y no encontraba el de la pregunta que estaba buscando.
I know, right?
yo me acuerdo cuando yo fui el jueves por la noche